Welcome to North Sea Soundcheck, Episode 3, with hosts Beth Pilling, Christina Jones from Beckview Studios, and myself, Cafton Mines from Yorkshire Coast Gigs. North Sea Soundcheck is the music show for the Yorkshire Coast. It's a collaboration between Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios. Yorkshire Coast Gigs is a community interest company supporting the grassroots and live music scene through news, reviews and interviews at yorkshirecoastgigs.co.uk. And Beckview Studios is a versatile residential recording and music production studio near Scarborough that hosts live recordings and broadcasts, and also works closely with the community to support the regional and independent music scene. North Sea Soundcheck is hosted exclusively on Beckview Studios' YouTube channel, so go like and subscribe to be notified of all new episodes as they're aired. You can also listen to the show as an audio podcast on Mixcloud. Search North Sea Soundcheck.
We have some wonderful guests for you this evening. We'll be chatting to Daniel Mawer from Humber Street Sesh and Polar Bear Music Club in Hull, musician Emily Gaskell, poet and theatre producer Hannah Davies, and Pickering-based alt-rock band Different State. We've also got music news, what's been happening and what's coming up, recent releases, and lots of music along the way. And I'll bring you some of the most recent news from the studio as well.
I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We have the Crescent Lounge, who now have music 5 nights a week. It's good going, that. They also provided us with a lovely curry this evening. A few different curries, so big shout out to the Crescent Lounge. Thank you for keeping us well fed. Your 360 Virtual Tours, Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative, and Proper Yorkshire Beer. We couldn't do this without their support, and I'd just like to throw it out. If you are interested in sponsoring the podcast, message Yorkshire Coast Gigs, reach out to Beckview Studios. We would love to have you on board. So we are back for episode 3. Goodness me, it only feels like 10 minutes since we did the last one. It goes fast though, doesn't it?
It does.
These
it really
months
does.
fly by and so much has happened. So just a few things before we start. We do film this live about a week before it's aired, so some things we discuss can happen in the in-between time, but we still do like to mention them. And even more importantly, when we mention upcoming events, things can change, so make sure you check out the websites of the events we're talking about to make sure that everything's happening the way we hope it does. So without further ado, let's get started.
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios. News from the scene.
There has been so much happening as summer has really kicked off. Brid on the Map 3 took place with our very own Beth Pilling, playing alongside bootlegger band member George Garnett, as well as Either Kiss supporting Dirty Blonde at the Stirling Castle. Can you tell us a bit about that, Beth?
Oh, it was an amazing night. It was just fabulous. This year, like, we're trying to do more, but everyone's so busy. Like, I don't think people, like, it's so hard to do music now. Everyone has full-time jobs, everyone has families, everyone has other commitments. So it's really nice that we can still sort of do these band gigs in a smaller setting and still, you know, make them happen. Either Kiss was amazing, as was Dirty Blonde. It was just a really good night. Nice, busy night at Stirling Castle. It was just fabulous.
Fantastic.
There's also been some fabulous Farley Americana events, including Callaghan and the Pine Hill Haints, both at Old Parcels office. You were there, weren't you, Cam?
Not for those, but I
For the
was
Sound of
there for the
Scarborough.
Sound of Scarborough
Oh, so
events.
much has happened.
Yeah, we went along to see the Sound of Scarborough gigs. Now, here in the studio tonight, we have got 2 work experience students with us as well. We've got Vinny and Oscar. They came along to the Sunday of the Sound of Scarborough event and sampled 4 different bands. On the Saturday night, there were actually 5 different bands on, 5 bands for a fiver. You can't go wrong. There was just a really good mix of all sorts of different music. I would just really say support Sound of Scarborough. There were bands from all along the Yorkshire Coast. We had bands from Hull that we saw there, bands from Bridlington, and even some last minute ones turning up because poor Em Louise, you remember Em Louise from one of our previous shows? She was poorly, but Don't Threat the Poet stepped in and did a cracking set as well, so that was really lovely. There was obviously been lots of other Scarborough Fair events going on, lots of music and poetry, such as the Ballad of Bleewike, which we will have a little chat about later. We've got Hannah Davies on the show to tell us about that. Different State, who are here in the studio with us tonight, played a co-headliner at York's Fulford Arms, so we're going to chat to them about that a little bit later in the show too. We also had Barrowfest taking place at Gallows Close Centre near Scarborough. Jim Taylor, who you might know from the Beckview live lounge sessions, performed, as well as Lights Out. We've got Lights Out singer Emily Gaskell here on the show with us. And the season started at Scarborough Open Air Theatre with some really gorgeous summer evenings. We've kind of been blessed with the weather, haven't we? Yorkshire Coast Gigs have been covering a lot of those events, and I was actually able to attend the Shed 7 gig just for fun. Fancy that?
Oh, wow.
But that was really brilliant as well. In Whitby, the team at Whitby Krampus Run arranged a special event at Whitby Brewery called Folk Music from the Shadows, featuring a band called the Midsummers, a gothic folk vocal ensemble. The Krampus Run team are always bringing these wonderful, slightly otherworldly, quirky events, so keep your eyes open for them. They're really good fun.
It's been busy, hasn't it?
It really has.
It's been really busy. There was also Fret Shard and Stanley Brinks at the Queen's in Brid. Emma from Yorkshire Coast Gigs did a review of that. You can view it online now. Go check it out. I went to Beverley Folk Festival.
Yeah, good.
It was lovely. It was really nice. I managed to catch just that last little bit of it from like 4 till it finished on the Sunday. And it was, I thought it might have been quiet, but it was really busy. Got a review coming out about that, so keep your eyes peeled on yorkshirecoastgigs.co.uk. I caught Hebel were the headliners on Sunday, and oh my god, they were so good. There was like real, just authentic folk. They had a cello and 2 instruments that I can't say the name of. Like, I've tried so many times. I had to go up to them afterwards. I was like, what is that? They were just absolutely brilliant. I also caught Lewis Kilvington and Michael Nagasaka. They were brilliant as well. I'm sure that was at Sun Inn. Went to so many venues. I don't know what was what.
It's all over the town, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
but
take over.
It'll be in details correctly written in the write-up. They did something really cool. So there was a young lad there called Dexter Humphreys, and they invited him up on the stage, and he played some guitar, did like some really nice bluesy stuff. It was really cool. So you could follow him on Instagram. It's Dexter Hum, all one word. And he was just the most remarkable young man. He really wants to play more blues. So if there's any youngsters who are into blues music, reach out to Dexter. He'd love to play with you. Whitby's Sunbeam have also dropped new music. Their cover of the Amy MacDonald track This Is the Life is out now. And after a 5-year hiatus, Scarborough's The Tall Boy, also known as Matty Green, has dropped a new track. One Thing, find that on Bandcamp. And Bridlington's very own Seafret have released their new single, 5 More Seconds. There's a young band in Brid, Scarlet Dusk, and they're very passionate about this podcast, first of all. Thank you very much for all the support you've been giving us. They've done a video, haven't they? It's a video for their song Daisy Desel. I think I'm saying that right. Let us know if we're not. Just tell us in the comments. And don't forget, if you are dropping new music, get in touch with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and let us know. Since the last episode, I put together an official North Sea Soundcheck Spotify playlist. So send your stuff over. We'd love to give you all that exposure. We'll be chatting a little bit more about upcoming open air theatre events, and we've got a short video to play for you now, after which we will introduce our first guest. Where is it? Oh my god, you're there. I thought we'd lost him then.
Gone.
Yeah, we'll be introducing Dan Mawer very soon after this video.
Artist Chat.
Welcome, Dan. Thanks for coming on the show. As well as being a promoter at Hull's Polar Bear Music Club and artist liaison at Humber Street Sesh, Dan plays in band O Phantom. Thank you for making the journey all the way up the road from Hull to be with us tonight.
That's a pleasure. It's a beautiful space. I feel pretty privileged to be here, so thank you very much.
It is a beautiful space. How have you been?
Good, yeah. So we're, I keep explaining to everyone, we're 5 weeks away from Humber Street Sesh, so it's the general Don't Panic vibe for another 5 weeks as we build a festival basically on Hull's Marina for one day, 2nd of August. So that's the main focus at this moment in time. but it's a really good job to be a part of. So it's not.
It's such a great festival as well.
I love it. It's just from its origins, Humber Street Sesh was an event that was just a 10-year anniversary of a weekly Tuesday night in Hull, which was it was in its 10th year, and we put a festival together that was free entry and was meant to have 1,000 people. 9,000 people turned up.
Wow.
So then we said, do people want to come to this for a second year, hoping that we'd get around 9,000 people, and we got 40,000 people. So that from that, I was like, we're in year 13 now. So it's been one hell of a journey, and it's had that area which was so underused, I suppose, from being an all fruit market to where it is now, where there's businesses all over the shop. And trying to work around everything and make sure everyone has a good day. It's taxing, but the team do a great job.
Yeah. Oh, they absolutely do. It's always a great day out. How many tickets have we got left?
Oh, there's a few. So I know a lot of people wait until it's sunny weather, but we've been blessed so far this year, so I don't want to jinx it, but fingers crossed we'll have another sunny day. And but we always have a big walk up on the day from Hull. It's just tricking them into buying early. It's always the difficulty, but we usually come through. That week running up, we go, right, okay, we've got enough tickets.
You can.
Relax into the festival.
So Dan, you're very much like at the heart of Hull's music scene. What got you into music in the first place?
Getting into music is the same as anyone. Mum and dad playing loads of records around the house, and then going and seeing big gigs first, which I think a lot of young people do. They go and see the big gigs, and then go and seeing like the Maccabees on the debut record tour was sort of like a life-changing experience, because I was like 15, going into a venue where you can meet the band are on the mates table, and you get to talk to them, and then seeing the supports, and everyone's really young and excited to be part of seeing a band on the cusp of greatness at that time. That was probably a turning point for me to go, I really want to be part of this, whether that's playing or just being a customer or putting gigs on myself. That was a real sort of moment for me as a teenager. And since then, that's been the process, going seeing the weekly Tuesday night, meeting Mac, who's basically Del Boy to me being Rodney, that's the and just learning from him, how to put events on, how to treat artists and provide platforms. That's what I've been doing ever since, really. Yeah.
Because you've been working with Polar Bear for a long time now. What has been like your most memorable moment at Polar Bear?
There's been so many. So I've been at Polar Bear for 10 years, and I was there the first week. So Sesh was at a pub called Linnet and Lark down the road, and I was telling Mac we should definitely not move it. It's like perfect where it was, but it was changing ownership, and we moved to Polar Bear, which was then owned by the people that now own Social. So they were music people, and they wanted to put this festival together. So it all sort of went in line with he was right, he's always right. We moved to Polar Bear, and it was been great ever since. 10 years there, and we've had so many, and it was a traditional pub when I was first there, and we had a great sort of local community pub that put gigs on, and then we started getting bands from California come over. So we had a band called Plague Vendor who played a pub in Hull on a Tuesday night, and that was sort of unreal how we'd managed to trick them to do that. And then
you didn't trick them.
We did. Plague Vendor, we tricked you into it. And then getting to last year where we had Six Music broadcast live from the venue. That's got to be up there with English Teacher playing. Who had played the venue a couple of times, but again, we're on the cusp of something we didn't even realise, Mercury Award winners, but to have them and sort of Six Music, it felt like the trajectory felt so good to get to that point, because the Polar Bear had closed through lockdown, so we had there's 5 of us crowdfunded to bring it back. So it's a CIC, and it's part-time volunteer work, the venue, and we love it, and we try our best just to keep it as it was. To have Six Music there through Music Venue Trust was unreal. It made it all sort of worthwhile.
I remember watching in lockdown, you did a few like gigs live streamed, didn't you? I remember watching, and we were all sat, I was at uni at the time, so I was living in Hull, and we were all sat in the living room, and we just cracked open a load of beers, and we just watched it, and we're like, wow, what space.
what a weird time.
It really
such a
was,
bizarre
wasn't it?
time, and we were so lucky to keep it going.
Yeah.
Because we crowdfunded those as well. So the
Yeah.
community just wanted to witness live music in any which form, and we did these live sessions. So it feels like a sort of nostalgia in a weird way doing this, because it was just a lot of good people putting something really rewarding together. So I absolutely loved it. It kept me afloat through, obviously as a freelance person as well. We managed to crowdfund to keep that going for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they were great, and we had like the Howl and the Hum play down Paragon Arcade, and so it was a bit baffling. But the artists really wanted it as well, because they were so starved of playing live, and that's 50% of why you are a musician, is to get out and play. So we were really lucky to manage to get to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What can you tell us about this year's Humber Street Sesh lineup? It's a belter.
Yeah, I'm really excited, to be honest, because obviously when this goes out, we've got Glaston's this weekend, and I was explaining to your team, we've got maybe 4 acts that are playing Glaston and then coming to play Humber Street Sesh, and that's fairly new to us. And the festival is based around regional talent, but this year we sort of tried to bring those back that have sort of paid their dues and played Hull before, come through the city before. Can we coax them to come back for the festival? So a band like the Howl and the Hum have such a rich history of playing the Polar Bear when it was a pub. And have, sound checking while the local boozers are in, and managing that scenario to putting them as main stage headliners just feels really like a nice roundabout way of doing it. And then we have Divorce as well, who again in 2022 I think played the venue twice, and then are currently coming back from supporting Mumford & Sons across the US to play Glastonbury. So to then have them, it's really important you have those connections with them, because we are a grassroots festival, so they understand the premise of the festival, and that's how we coax them in, is the team, it's the experience, and it's a good excuse to catch up with old friends, really. So that it's them and West Side Cowboy are a band we had at the start of the year, and that's really rewarding to have a band that have only just played the weekly nights that we put on, and then go and win the Glastonbury Rising competition, to be there this weekend and have so much coverage for their first 3 singles, and we get to have them as a festival and sort of immediately say, we told you so. These are really good. So there's a few like that, with a lot of amazing regional talent, as there always is at Humber Street Sesh.
Oh, there is. It's always brilliant. The lineups are always smashing. I love it. I'm so gutted that I'm not going to be there this year.
Well, you're too busy being a rock star elsewhere, aren't you? So
I'm genuinely gutted. It's going to be the first time in like 5 years that I haven't been.
You'll have to play next year. We'll make it up for you. Yeah, we'll do that.
Please,
we'll do that instead. Yeah.
That's
If you're not too
on tape
busy.
now.
Oh, yeah.
She's not too busy playing other festivals.
So when you're putting together a lineup, like something like Humber Street Sesh, what sort of things do you look for in an artist? Like, how do you decide?
So we have an application process, which is the first thing we go to, and that starts usually November to January. So we do go through that. So any artists that do want to play Humber Street Sesh, that's the first part of call. And then we look at the programme that we put throughout the year. So it's quite easy in that respect. If those have played the weekly Sesh night at Polar Bear, or they've played other Sesh events, that is compiled into one big list, and we can see artists on there that can easily populate the festival. And then it's just a matter of what stories can we tell. So this year, the Howl and the Hum being someone who we've worked with for so many years, it felt like a really beautiful way to sort of put that together. So we just look for those sort of stories, and new artists that we believe in, or that we think they might have played the Adelphi in Hull, or they might have played Social, they might have played O'Reilly's, but we look at those listings as well and say, how can we put them now to immediately put them in front of maybe 1,000 people or 1,500, and it's sort of rewarding those that are there to come up to the northeast. So that's generally how we do it, and then try and make sure that we have an even split of gender of all sorts on each stage. That's always quite taxing, but really rewarding and necessary, absolutely necessary. And I say it's taxing. There's so much from everywhere that we can pull from now, and there is no real excuse, because the internet's a big space, so we can find those artists. But that makes it so much trickier when we are telling artists that they can't play this year, because they probably don't understand the method of how we try and make sure that it's a mixed bill for everyone concerned, and make sure that we have enough regional talent as well.
Yeah.
But from those that are just across the way, whether it's Scarborough, whether it's Bridlington, can we get a couple of artists in there? So it's a big challenge, and it, in a nice possible way, some of the festival, a lot of people will just be having an ice cream and having a beer and then go, oh, these sound good, while on their way to the silent disco. And that's the sort of festival it is as well. So you've got to sort of understand that if you've got to try and make sure that there's a nice mix so that people get to see stuff that they would like, but also not thrown into a genre for 4 hours straight of stuff that they, because then the silent disco is going to be absolutely heaving. People trying to, so it's getting all of those bits together. I love it. It's so good to be a part of.
I bet. So we've spoken about like your promotional work. I'd like to talk about your band Phantom. You play some shows recently. How's that going?
Great. So when I'm in the plus 30 club, so there's not many of you that could be. You're in there. You don't look it. That's what. So yeah, we've. So yeah, been in a band for about 15 years, been in various projects. Sort of the past year, running a music venue and having a sound engineer that's into the same music as I am, head of marketing, being into the same music. I'd missed it immediately once the last band had sort of finished. I really wanted to just keep writing and performing, and I knew that if I did that, then I learned so much that hopefully I can pass on as well. I've learned so much within a year of being an independent artist without management, without a label, understanding how you go through that process, and understanding how tricky it is to be in a band, and what it takes, and the financial constraints, being in a full-time job and then trying to juggle all of those things. That was genuinely why I wanted to do a project again, because you understand the severity of the situation at times, but also just to express yourself. I don't think you ever lose that. I really just wanted to write and get better as a songwriter, because it is something that, it's hopefully Phantoms are forever projects now, that I've got something that I can always, I can put it down when I want to, I can pick it up and do it. So we played 9 shows in May.
Wow.
So then, which was great. I absolutely loved it. And playing venues like the Polar Bear, you learn so much. I've learned so much today from being around everyone. But it's that same thing. If you run a venue, what's the best way to learn how the best or worst practices is to go and see the other venues? And it's genuinely been really like going to see Fulford Arms and be like, this place is amazing. I get to play the venue, but also get to see how well it's ran, and go and visit George's Tavern in London and basically go, it looks exactly like the Polar Bear from the outside. So it's like being at home, and the team there is so warm and lovely. So those are really rewarding bits to being in a band, and you have to sort of remind yourselves of those. So I think after 15 years of doing it, I've got a really healthy relationship with it, because it is really taxing, and you can get really upset about not reaching the next step in what you think should be a career, but also there's those bits where you play to nobody, and it's like the funnest thing, putting yourself in a scenario with your mates where you go, this is mental actually, and I've just driven us 4.5 hours and there's nobody at this gig, and how do you make the best out of that? And when you do, you've got a good band, and that, because everyone's sort of relishes the challenge. So I've loved it. It's been really good, and it's about a year we've been doing it. So
that's flown by.
Yeah, it has been really, and because it's been so fun, it's been like genuinely really fun. We work with Launchpad, who are based in Leeds, and they've helped put out our first couple of singles, and again, you learn from that. You go, okay, they're doing so much good stuff for young artists. Because I'm at 34, I have absolutely no concept of various aspects, and they're talking me through it. So if I don't know, and I've been doing it for so long, how is someone who's going to their first few gigs, how are they going to understand? And it's only through teams like Launchpad and stuff like that. So it's a very roundabout way of working, putting shows on, and then also getting to be in a band as well.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much for talking with us, Dan.
I've loved it.
It's lovely to see you.
It's really nice to see you all, and it's a great space, and thank you.
And just to finish off, we're going to play a little video from a Phantom. This is Something. We'll have a bit more news afterwards.
is that not enough? You wore out the pleasant phrases, they came out in the wash. Time stops when bad news breaks. The coldest of hearts will still feel the pain. I know that there's something, I can see it in your eyes. I know that there's something that you can't describe. Sometimes you can feel so low, and so can I. I know that there's something that you can't decide. I'm washed out in the rain, pulled apart and put back again. I'm gone and I'll come around, falling out of windows to see if I hit the ground. I know that there's something, I can see it in your eyes. I know that there's something that you can't describe. Sometimes you can feel so alone, and so can I. I know that there's something that you can't decide. I know that there's something, I can see it in your eyes. I know that there's something that you can't describe. Sometimes you can feel so alone, and so can I. I know that there's something that you can't decide.
Artist Chat.
Hello, Emily. How are we doing?
So good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It feels like ages since I've seen you.
Yeah, I think it must have been like November,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, November, you joined us for a live lounge.
Yeah.
And it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so nice
thank
to
you.
see you again.
Thanks so much for having me back.
No, of course.
So you are studying at the moment at sixth form.
Yes,
and you've
I
got
am.
about a week left to go.
Yes, thank God.
What are your plans for the summer?
I've got a couple gigs lined up, but hopefully just to kind of chill out a bit, before the second year.
And some writing? Were you going to do some writing this summer? 'Cause I
definitely.
I know you'd said when we chatted before about you hadn't had much time while you were studying.
Yeah, I've just been so busy this year.
Do you think what you're sort of going to be writing will have changed as the year shaped you a little bit?
Yeah, I think definitely. What I've tended to do this year is end up started writing songs and just I haven't really finished any of them.
So in fact, they might be finishing songs.
So yeah,
right?
I think I'll go back and see if I can finish them.
Fantastic. So just to talk about one of your recent solo gigs, you supported Alistair James at Burniston Village Hall. How did that go?
Oh, it was amazing. I met some really lovely people and it was just really nice because it was like a proper community gig, you know. Lots of people came together and it's just, it was a really lovely gig.
Oh, fantastic. And upcoming, you have Staxtonbury.
I do, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Staxtonbury.
Well,
and
it's
the
my
vibe.
it's my first time playing at Saxonbury or any festival really, so that's quite exciting.
That's a big deal. First
Yeah.
festival gig, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got some new stuff hopefully that I'll be able to finish by then and play then, and then a couple covers as well as all my originals. So yeah.
Fantastic, yeah, because you're on the Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah,
Quite
I'm
a sort of
playing
chilled out
Sunday afternoon.
day.
Quite relaxed, yeah. Not too
Fantastic.
heavy.
Scarborough Area Music Centre gig you've got before that one as well on the 5th of July.
Yeah.
As well as telling us a bit about that gig, can you tell us a little bit about Scarborough Area Music Centre? Because I know you've been involved with that
Yeah.
for ever. I've been here for a long
pretty
time.
much.
So just tell us about it.
I think I've been part of the music centre since I was about 8 years old, I think. And that's basically where music started for me. And it's been amazing. It's such a brilliant, supportive community, I think, especially coming out the other side of it now, because you start really little and you're looking up at all these big people thinking, oh, I want to be one of them. And now I'm coming out the other side of that. And I think it's been brilliant, not only at like ability in music and building your confidence, but I've also just made like lifelong friends, you know, and it's really good for networking as well. So yeah, it's been really good. And the concert will have like all different kinds of music. I think there'll be full big band ensembles and strings, and they've got a new orchestra as well. So yeah, should be good.
Amazing, thank you. Now, talk a little bit about the band gigs that you do. You obviously do a lot of like pub covers gigs,
Yeah.
but you have, with Lights Out, recently released an EP. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the EP was really exciting because I've never really collaboratively songwritten before and stuff like that, and it was just a really nice thing to put together. And the actual launch party was great. It was such a good night.
I was there, so I can tell it was a lot of fun. It was a brilliant
It was so
night.
lovely. It's like a proper community, like the one you're building here, and it's like you got to see all these people from college coming along, and as well as playing to them, you got to listen to them as well.
Yeah.
So it's just really nice to kind of support each other, because I think that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, fantastic. You have got one of your bandmates here tonight, just as your guest, supporting you. We say, hi, Charlie. We're actually going to talk a little bit to Charlie later, but we'll keep that for now. So yeah, did you have a copy of the EP to show us?
Oh, I think
Or have we left that in the
it
kitchen?
may be in the other room.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll show
sorry.
that. Maybe we'll get Charlie to show us that later.
Yeah,
we'll get
Charlie
Charlie
could
to
do
show
it.
us that. Yeah, how did it feel really having so many people there dancing? Because I was amazed.
Oh,
You
yeah.
kind of said to the crowd, come on, come a bit closer, come and dance. And I thought, oh, will the crowd do that? Because they don't always. And you had this like magical
Yeah.
command and everybody did. I was like, that's
good.
amazing.
Sometimes they don't respond, but they did. But to be honest, I wasn't expecting such a good turnout as well. It was lovely. It was so nice because
Yeah.
I'm really lucky to have such supportive friends and family and everything, and they all came along. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because some of them actually knew some of the words. I was like, oh my gosh. It was brilliant, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And I know that the band's kind of support, like you talked about the collaborative songwriting, that's kind of influenced or changed some of your solo songs. How do you think that's going to shape you going forward? Do you think that actually you'll be looking more to write collaboratively?
Yeah, I think I've really enjoyed it so far, and I think it's a very different thing, but like you can learn so much from working with other people because you all have different elements and different ideas, and I think it's just a really good process because when I'm writing by myself, I quite often get stuck, you know, get like a brain block, and then I end up just leaving it. Whereas when you're writing with others, you're kind of bouncing off each other, and I think if you can find where you click, it's just a really nice thing.
Like, yeah. And are the band writing anything new at the moment, or is that in the summer? Might
yeah.
be. Yeah.
But we have started a few things, so yeah, we'll be working on them.
Fantastic. Finally, before we ask you to play, what's coming up for Lights Out in terms of gigs? I know that Lights Out have a festival.
Oh yes, we're playing at Queen's Fest at the end of August. I think you might be playing as well. Yeah,
It'd be so good.
yeah, no, really excited. So that should be fab.
It will.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because that'll be the first band festival as well. So yeah, we should have some good songs for that one.
Brilliant. And any other just local gigs where people can catch you in the coming weeks?
Yeah, we're playing at the Merchant. I think it's on the 11th of July, and then we'll be popping up at a couple of other pubs. But all our gigs should be on our Instagram if you're interested in checking it out.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Ooh, would you like us to play the song?
I would love
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
We haven't prepared this at all.
No, it's just
No, yeah,
at the moment. Oh, got lovely acoustic guitar. This is a very beautiful
It
mic.
is, yeah. And the title of the song, which one are you playing?
It's called What's It Like, and it's on our EP.
Oh,
There we go.
lovely.
Get a copy of that E EP.
What's it like from the backseat, living easy, trusting in the cards you're dealt? Open up your eyes to find you're right where you need to be. No time to doubt yourself. What's it like just watching life walk past, coasting through the hourglass? Could we be happy by ourselves, or do we need someone else? What's it like just to fall into the feeling, not worrying about what's ahead, only led by something you believe in? But why am I so paralyzed by regret? What's it like just watching life go past, coasting through the hourglass? Could we be happy by ourselves, or do we need someone else? They tell us time is ticking, but you don't hear. Doors are closing, but you don't care. What's it like to trust yourself so? What's it like not to fear the unknown? What's it like just watching life walk past? Teach me how to live like that. Ooh, to put it all on a chance and never need to understand. I hope someday I can. I hope someday I can. Thank you very much.
Emily Gaskell, that was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I need to get back into my head. I'm over there with you. That was just lovely. We're gonna go to some more news from the scene.
News from the scene.
Hello, we've got some more news for you. It's time for Studio Spotlight, where we welcome the lovely Christina in to tell us about all the wonderful things that are happening in this very beautiful space.
Thank you very much. I am excited to bring you the latest updates from Beckview Studios. Last month, as viewers who have seen this show before will know, we hosted a recent edition of our Lounge series. It's an intimate series of live events that we host here at the studio, and all of the shows are recorded and mixed live, filmed and live streamed from the studio floor. We welcomed a fantastic in-person audience and 3 incredible artists. We had Goldie Box from Sheffield, Bridlington-based artist Tamisha, and our very own Jack Robertson, who was rather an audience favourite, I have to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he really
Oh,
was.
fabulous.
It was a resounding success, and it was part of the Scarborough Fringe Festival as well as the School Bee Fair.
You were behind the scenes doing interviews, weren't you, Beth?
I was.
You had the pleasure of chatting to them all. Any standout moments for you?
Oh, well, they were all lovely. It's always such a treat when, I mean, everyone who comes through the doors is lovely, but these were just really, really nice to talk to. Very, very chatty. They all had lots to say. It was just lovely. I think if I had to pick a highlight, it'd be when Tamisha was playing. I think she'd come from Hull, and Chris gave me the headphones. So when you're in the control room, like, the sound in there is insane anyway. And Chris gave me some headphones and, like, noise cancelling, top end, like, I'd just never heard anything like it. Like, hearing Tamisha in her purest form was like, all of my Christmases had come at once. Damn, you know Tamisha. Isn't she just wonderful?
Yeah, she's brilliant.
She's just, I just kept saying beautiful. Every other word, I was like, you're just beautiful, aren't you?
You wouldn't give us the headphones.
No, I wouldn't. You were like, sort of stood like, get away from me. But yeah, that was just beautiful. I think we've got a highlight reel, haven't we? We have. Oh, well, here's the highlights from that lounge.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the lounge at Beckview. First up, we'll be having Tamisha, and then we'll be having the wonderful Jack Robertson from Scarborough, and then we'll be having Goldie Vox, who've come all the way from Sheffield. So, without further ado, Tamisha.
On the desert sands, watching as the lizards climb the walls, finding all the treasures hidden in the city as it falls. See the moon, see the stars, see the way they shine. Look at the devil as he's trying to leave your mind. See the evil in his eyes, killing society one at a time.
Brought these two together. It always has new ideas for worse or for better. And one day down the line, things for them, they got tough. And life itself was dying to put a strain on their love. It was too much to handle for these two young souls. Please, someone, help them navigate the holes which are hidden and waiting to swallow up their minds, to swallow their souls and leave two shells behind.
It's just an illusion, but it sure looks good. Rescue me, 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 rescue me. Back up from empty, 'cause space for you inside. Stepping in my shadow, honey, don't need to hide. I'll be your woman if you be my guy. Just come on, you're a babe, together we can fly. Rescue me, 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 rescue me.
That looked absolutely amazing. As always, if you're feeling a bit of FOMO because you missed out, don't worry. All the performances are up on the Beckview Studios YouTube channel. Go have a watch after this, and remember to go and like and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, and the live performances will also be released in the coming months as standalone sets and as live EPs to all streaming platforms. So we'll be sure to let you know as and when they become available.
Fantastic. And Christina, why don't you tell us what else is about to be released from the studio?
I will do. So recent releases. Some of the things we talked about last month have actually dropped properly now. This includes The Fiends live at Beckview Studios, which was released on the 3rd of June. It was their set that they performed last year at our first ever lounge event, and is a chance for their fans to listen to some alternate versions of their favourite Fiends tracks. Then on the 18th of June, Shindig's Beckview Presents EP was launched. It's accompanied by a live video, which can also be watched on the YouTube channel. Beckview Presents is recorded live to our 24-track 2-inch tape machine in one continuous take, and you can see all the action unfold in real time. It's really fun to watch. I think I've watched it about 5 times today. Then moving on and into this month, from the 2nd of July, we begin releasing the mastered videos from Craig Gould and the Noble Thieves, which will ultimately culminate in his live EP release in August. We, from the same show, we also have Flat Moon's remastered set from the lounge, and likewise Kate McDonald's standalone sets and live EP will launch towards the back end of this month. On the 4th of July, the Northern Riot's debut track, Seaside Lover, comes out. This song was recorded and produced here at the studio, and it's a cracking track. So seriously, pre-save it if you can. It's really, really good. And then the very next day, on the 5th of July, which seems to be a super busy date as we're discussing things, releasing on our YouTube channel is the full set from 10 Foot Tom and the Leprosy Crooks, plus their exclusive interview, which was recorded last year as part of our Live and Loud event, which we hosted in collaboration with Scarborough Extreme Festival, and we held it in the hall right next door. So for those who don't know, the studio is situated on the road, and the next door building to us is Scalby Hall. What we did is we turned it essentially into another live room with a direct connection into our control room here at the studio. We've actually received comments from bands and producers who've watched some of the sets that are up already that they can't believe the quality of these live venue recordings, and they wondered if they had all been dubbed.
That's good going.
Yeah, we were like, no, it just sounds that good. If anyone is a regular on our YouTube channel, you'll have noticed that we've been releasing individual songs from this particular event. So do please go and check out that mounting back catalogue of music videos that we have up there. And then last but certainly not least, I'm super excited to be telling you that this month as well, we'll be releasing the track that Reverie, who were on the very first episode of the North Sea Soundcheck, performed here live during that episode. So keep an eye out, I should say, for Lighthouse by Reverie on all streaming platforms from the 9th of July.
It's brilliant. Lovely. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just turning over my page.
Upcoming workshop.
Yes, we do. Well done, thank you. Yeah, we do. We've got an upcoming workshop again on the 5th of July. For all for all engineers, producers and tech geeks, we're hosting a full-day masterclass in recording to analog tape. If you're an engineer and you want to develop your skills in recording to tape, this is definitely one not to miss, and information and sign up links are on our website.
So you also do emerging artist packages as well. They sound great. Tell us about them.
Okay. Oh, now that you've asked. Absolutely. The package includes high quality professional audio and video recordings aimed at showcasing new and emerging artists, crafting their sound, making them look great, and they're particularly good for live EP recordings and content creation, which can easily be sent to promoters, festival organisers, labels, etc. To be honest, it's not really exclusively something that can be taken up by an emerging artist either. We've delivered these packages for established bands and covers bands, some wedding bands in particular, who wanted to have some high quality content to send to venues and potential clients. So it really is an opportunity for people to demonstrate what they do best, especially if they play really, really well live together.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be in contact with you about grabbing one of those.
Definitely, everyone should get in contact with me.
Absolutely.
And I'll get you booked in.
Where's the best place? Email or?
Yeah, email. You can email the studio info@beckviewstudios.co.uk or just check out the website or links in our socials. I'm putting it everywhere that I can think of, so you should be able to find it if you want to.
Oh, thank you so much for chatting with us, Christina. It's always lovely to have you on the sofa. It's lovely to see you. I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank our sponsors as well. I never know which one we're on. Is it this one? That one! Thank you to our sponsors, the Crescent Lounge, who have recently launched their new outdoor kitchen. Have you seen it?
I have. It looks amazing.
It's absolutely gorgeous. They've got like a mini stage outside. They've got pizza ovens. It's an absolute vibe. You got to go get some food from Crescent. It's called the Indie Oven, so go check that out. Also, Your 360 Virtual Tours, Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative, and Proper Yorkshire Beer. This is a collaboration and a community effort. We just couldn't do it without the sponsors. So if you want to get involved, sponsor us. We would love to hear from you. Contact Yorkshire Coast Gigs or Beckview Studios. We'll have a chat. Let's keep building this lovely community.
And of course, please do remember to like and subscribe and share the love if you're enjoying the show. Now, it's time for our next guest, poet Hannah Davies. After this video from Shindig's new EP, here's Two Step.
I saw you
Wordsmith in the mix.
Hello and welcome back. We are now at the stage of the podcast where we do Wordsmith in the mix. So over recent months, we've been inviting local poets on to talk about their work, their poems, any other kind of events that they have coming up. Because we find, while this is primarily a music podcast, like there's such a deep connection between poetry and music, and these poets tend to play a really big role in the scene musically and culturally. So today we are joined by Hannah Davies. It's so lovely to see you. Hannah Davies is a poet, writer and theatre maker who runs Say Out poetry events in York and works as a producer for local arts organisation Arcade.
I do. Hello.
Thank
you for having me.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Start just by telling us a bit about your career path today, because you've had a really interesting...
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, busy. I started a very long time ago being an actor, so I started off playing small parts in Emmerdale and Coronation Street and getting cast as prison officers and police women. And then I moved into playwriting. So I started out as a playwright before a poet. And then when I became a parent, I focused more on writing and acting, because you can't go on tour with babies. And from that I did lots of kind of teaching, writing and playwriting. And then I got frustrated with how long it actually takes to write a play, produce a play, get a play funded and all of that. So I thought, well, actually, if I've got performance skills and writing skills, why not start doing performance poetry and storytelling, that sort of stuff? So that's where poetry kind of happened, and I started to do slams, won lots of slams. I joined Say Out. I don't actually run Say Out. I would get in trouble. I am an associate artist at Say Out, so it's Henry who does all the admin, not me. So credit where credit's due. And in amongst all that, I kind of developed producing skills really as a sort of solo artist, to produce yourself. I ran my own theatre company for a while, and long story short, that's how I ended up kind of working for Arcade as a producer as well. So yeah, that's a very brief whirlwind tour.
No, that's brilliant though. I love the sound of the poetry slam events. Just talk us through really what happens at poetry slam.
It's like competitive poetry. So you get 3 minutes each. I mean, they all sort of vary differently, but you get 3 minutes each as a poet, and you get to go on, do your poem, and then you've either got a panel of judges that judge it, or you get the room to judge it. Or I've done slams. In fact, I met my partner in a slam where there was a clapometer, so it was done on the loudness of the room as well. So there's loads of different formats, but it's essentially sort of fun competitive poetry, but yeah, just for laughs.
Brilliant. And you've been doing those at different venues in York, haven't you?
So we mainly do them at the Crescent now, which is the really good music venue as well. We do some gigs at Fulford Arms as well. So we did a pro-Palestine gig there the other week. Sort of all over really. We've done stuff in Leeds as well, and we've got our next poet we've programmed is Harry Baker, who is quite he always sells out, which is really nice. He's at the Crescent, so that's cool.
Fantastic. And you yourself recently performed as part of Scarborough Fair with a piece called The Ballad of Blue Ike.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that. I know you have a friend and artist, Pascalian, who plays alongside you, some music.
So Jack,
involved.
my friend Jack, he can't be here sadly today, but he's a musician. So have you ever heard that thing though, where poets are just like wannabe musicians? Well, I am musical as well, but anyway, so me and Jack have collaborated for a good few years actually on various bits of storytelling with music. He is an amazing multi-instrumentalist, and his recording name is Pascalian. And we decided to create a piece of folk storytelling. So it's inspired by the Selkie myth. I don't know if you know that, where a seal comes to land and turns into like a beautiful maiden. There's loads of different versions of it. So we took that as like a starting point, and we sort of put it on the Yorkshire East Coast in a bit of a sort of dystopian, slightly futuristic vibe. And it takes some of the threads of like the traditional myth and like blows them apart and kind of plays around with them. And, so it's essentially me storytelling and singing, and Jack singing and playing music. And it's just a really gorgeous kind of watery dystopian Selkie myth. Yeah, and it was really good fun. I was ready to put it in a van and like pack it up. I was like, oh great, I've done this now. Let's go Edinburgh.
I was going
Come on,
to say,
let's go.
it sounds like it wants to go around touring the coastal venues. So if
definitely.
anybody's got a venue that would like to take the Ballad of
sort me
Lear White,
out.
get in touch.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that'll be next steps, like finding little like pop-up gigs and places to do it, spoken word scenes and theatre places, and
Wonderful. The two of you actually met a few years ago.
We did.
As part of an arcade project.
Yeah.
You. Could you start by telling us just a little bit about Arcade and what they do, and then maybe you can tell us a bit about that particular project as well?
Yeah, sure. So Arcade are a community producing company. Our office is based in here, and we work in here in Bridlington and across Yorkshire and beyond. Beyond. So we recently had one of our pieces, Grew, was at Bradford 25. So that was something that's grown in Scarborough and developed and taken there. But we do loads of things. We do exhibitions, we do theatre shows, we run workshops, we've got youth theatres, we've got a production of Matilda at Spotlight in Bridlington this weekend, actually, in case anybody fancies that. We do community projects, art projects that have community and artists at the core working together and creating something together.
Fantastic. You did a symposium recently, didn't you, as well? And wasn't somebody else in this room, one of the speakers on the panel there? Hi, Christina.
You absolutely smashed it. Christina led the music panel there and talked brilliantly about the work that Beckview do and sort of the wider music scene around. And we had some Hull representatives on that panel as well. So, yes.
Goddesses, Witches, Queens, is that the title?
It was such a good night.
It was great, wasn't it?
It was for International Women's Day.
It was,
wasn't
yeah. It was a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Was
I know.
22, 3? I can't remember.
Oh God, it can't be 22. Please don't let it be 22. I thought it was last year, and then I thought
it wasn't last year.
It definitely wasn't last year. But it was a really nice event. It was
gorgeous.
Yeah, it was very empowering to be a part of, and I've just so many different women like singing poetry, just expressing themselves. Like, I did cry. Did you cry?
Yeah, definitely.
I think everyone cried.
Yeah, it was the group that I used to work with because I started working with Arcade as an artist, and I used to run a young women's collective in Bridlington. So it was lots of women in Bridlington, and it was about empowering them really to tell their stories and talk about their identity, whatever that might be, quite really varied. And we put this night on, Goddesses, Witches and Queens, where we put it in the Queen's Hotel, obviously, because that's where all Goddesses, Witches and Queens hang out. And it was just like Beth said, it was music, poetry, singing, empowerment. Yeah, it was just gorgeous. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Should do it again, actually.
Absolutely.
Why don't we make that a thing?
I don't know. It just kind of fizzles. We can't let it fizzle again.
Let's do it. Yeah,
keep doing these things.
It's a good format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lovely. And you've got a workshop coming up on the 9th of August.
I'm
doing
so it's a one-day workshop. So the morning is led by me, like poetry exercises or writing exercises. It's for all skills and kind of experiences of writing. And then the afternoon, you can either carry on working on like what you've generated in the morning, or if you've got your own project or songwriting, lyrics, anything at all, you can bring it down. You can come and crochet and bring your colouring in if that's where you're at. It's sort of a space where you can be creative and with like-minded people and have a bit of a rest, creative rest really. So thinking of it as a retreat. So I've got some spaces left, so give me a shout.
Wonderful.
If you're up for it.
Get in touch with Hannah if you want to book a space for that. Another strand you specialise in, sort of leading on from that in a way, is trauma-informed writing, the training and educating people how to write safely around trauma. Is there anything you'd like to say about that?
Yeah, just that it's something that I obviously worked. I've done lots of community work with women's groups. I've worked with IDAS before and Changing Lives women's group, just really about giving tools. So it's very much like I'm not a therapist, but I can give tools where if you are writing about stuff that is difficult, or if you've ever felt like you don't have a voice around certain things in your life, there are safe ways to do it. And I suppose it's just about kind of sharing that and helping people, really own their voice, but always do it safely and slowly, because I think, especially actually in the poetry world, well, in everything really, any artist, you're always kind of churning through your own soul and your own stuff and like what you want to express, but you've got to take care of yourself as well, otherwise you'll burn out and get ill and all that. So, and that's not good. So, it's just about kind of sharing those tools, really.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. Music-wise, we had a little chat about music earlier, and you told me you're into all sorts of things, really. A bit of reggae, jungle, dance and folk. But you sometimes get out and sing some folk songs, don't you?
Yeah. I have a penchant for singing folk songs and writing folk songs, so that's really nice.
Yeah. Have you managed to get out to any local gigs lately? You've probably been a bit too busy.
I've been really busy. I'm trying to remember the last gig I went to was... I saw Alabaster de Plume in Manchester, and that's not local at all, it's on the other side. But yeah, that was a really, really cool gig. Yeah. He's great, poetry and jazz and stuff. And yeah, what am I listening to at the moment? Like, I'm really into Lankum, folky stuff. And I've also got Marabou State's new album on repeat as well, which is a bit more housey garagey. So yeah,
excellent. Would you like to read us a poem now?
I'd love to.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you going to read for us?
I'm going to read you a poem, which is a poem called Lovelock, and it's about a bridge in York, actually, because although I'm based in Scarborough now, I was, until recently, living in York. So I moved to Scarborough last year. But before that, I was living in York, and obviously York's famous for two rivers. And one of the bridges that goes over the River Ouse is a footbridge, and people put padlocks on it, decorations of love. So you often go and there's like really nice like little padlocks. Kind of, you think, oh, that's really nice. Occasionally you see the council there like sawing them off with chainsaws, which I always think is a bit brutal. But this is a story, so it's inspired by that, really.
And just hold the book up as well so we can see the publication. This is Dolls.
Gorgeous. This is Dolls. So this is my first collection of poetry, and it's I'll read you the back. It's a fierce and tender collection about womanhood, motherhood, feminism and survival. So yeah, it takes the sort of idea of dolls and it talks about all the different dolls that I had in one of the poems and uses that to sort of structure it. But yeah, this is from Dolls, and it's Lovelock. It goes like this. Two teenagers lock their love to the Millennium Bridge. The key is dropped down among the ducks and silt, lost in a current towards the gaping Humber and the rough North Sea. And when he first takes that padlock out and shows it to her, she looks away and frowns, because she doesn't know how to put the swell in her chest into any kind of words or sense. And this padlock seems like a clumsy gift, but she can't quite say why. And her eyes are watering in the warm summer wind, and she doesn't want her falsies to fall off, and for him to see what lies beneath the carefully constructed Max Factor facade. I think you're well mint, I proper love you, he says. Shut up, you divvy. And he looks hurt, or cross, or both. And her regret seeps up like acid. She hates the way that the words she finds easy are those that push and dodge and deflect connection. She wishes she could mouth the soft fervour of her gut and the empty, gentle openness of night. I know you think it's proper ladging and that, but I don't care, it's true, and this proves it. And he attaches the padlock to the bridge's metal grate, snaps it shut, secures it tight, and he holds the key to his lips and drops it in the river. And as that key falls, she tries to recall if she ever really wanted to be locked to anything. And she thinks of it there, her padlock, out in the dark under a cold Yorkshire moon, metal against metal, all rigid and wound tight. And that's not what she feels. That's not what stirs up in her. When she sees his face and feels the ragged rumble of his voice, a dormant storm swirls somewhere just below her navel. And at school they learned the medical words, the right way round to roll it on, and where to go for pills when it's all gone wrong. And there was all manner of leaflets stuffed into their school bags, but not once did anyone mention trust or closeness or how to speak love's name. But he's gone to the trouble. He's been to the engravers and he's bought the lot. And he smiles, and she smiles back. and they don't say much. They just sit by their lovelock until the sun goes down. They go twos on a fag, share a can of pop, and bikes and joggers and dogs all pass them by without a second glance. And the river sings up from the banks below, and the trees are a rustling jade, and their sky is a relentless blue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was, just a bit breathless. I need a moment. That was amazing. Thank you for reading that for us. We're going to do a bit more news now, aren't we? After we meet everybody else in the room. You thought you were getting away without it, but no.
Are you ready,
everybody.
Adam? We're going to get them all.
Who are we going to first? Are you going to show us Charlie and Vinny in the back room?
Give us a wave.
Give us a wave. Give us a wave.
How are we all doing? Can we get a thumbs up? Smashing. I can't see them.
I'm here.
Yeah. Hello.
And of course, we've got all our guests on the sofa, including
Hannah has teleported.
Hannah has teleported, yeah. We've got Oscar, work experience there. How about pointing it at Chris and Simon over in the corner? Give us a wave. Oh
yeah.
Is that everybody?
So, how are you two doing?
We're all right.
You thought we'd forgotten you. We are.
Primed and ready over there, aren't they?
I know.
Just waiting to go.
Raring to go. Look at you go.
Do you know who we've missed?
Oh.
Have we seen Adam on camera yet? Has he accidentally got on camera
come
yet? Or
on.
is he about to come and sit with us?
Which one are we on? We're on that.
Oh, okay.
This is the man who sets up all the cameras.
Oh, this is my favourite bit of every episode.
Yeah.
Hi to Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah, Adam makes everything look beautiful. We love you, Adam.
He does. I think we're going to a bit more news from the scene.
Yeah, let's do it.
News from the scene.
Where have you gone? What have we here?
What have we here?
What
this
have
is for
we here?
later. This is a little prop for later.
Oh, you haven't seen it.
You're not allowed to see
You
it
haven't
yet.
seen it.
No.
So, as we heard earlier from Dan, the Humber Street Sesh have loads of bands for the 2nd of August. Make sure to check out that lineup at humberstreetsesh.co.uk. It's a belter of a day. You do not want to miss it. Get your tickets. We on that one? Oh, yeah, I was on the right one. I shouldn't have said out. Brid on the Map number 4 is on the 18th of July and features Sam Sherdle, the Yorkshire Springsteen, with support from Reverie, who were on our first ever North Sea Soundcheck. And Don't Fret the Poet as well. They're based in Brid. They're absolutely wonderful.
They are.
Good folky music. You should go check them out. Remarkable Arts. So a band we had in last time, January Jam. I think all 4 of them work with Remarkable Arts.
Yeah.
They're a brilliant company in Bridlington. They have a number of events coming up, including Scarborough Rocks at Westborough Methodist Church on the 4th of July, Bridlington's Rock the Priory on the 12th of July, and Beverley's St Mary's Rocks on 17th of July. Head to remarkablearts.net to grab yourself some tickets. And there's also a Hull Folk Festival on the 12th and 13th of July.
That's a lot just for starters.
It is.
But we talked to our guest Emily Gaskell earlier. She's playing Staxtonbury Festival, which runs even from 18th to 20th of July. Kicking off with a family happy hour for the end of the school term. There's a fairground, inflatables and all sorts of family-friendly shenanigans alongside some great music. Whether you want belting covers, tribute bands or grassroots original music, they've got it covered. We're going to run through the lineup, aren't we, Beth?
Are we both going as well? Are
With
you
our
going?
prop, I am, yeah.
I'm going too.
Excellent. So,
Right, let's do it.
are we in shot? Are we good?
Put
Are we
this
good?
pen down.
Friday on the outdoor stage, there is Touch of Blues, Blue Alibi, Captain Clapp and the Burning Sensations, Taylor Reloaded, Soul Rider and Penny Fleck. Whereas on the marquee stage, you can catch a brilliant young band called Mondegreen, Scarlet Dusk, who we mentioned earlier as well, Amy Bell, Bridlington's Nick Tudor, Chocolate Box, who are a lovely young band from York with some original music, the brilliant Freya Ruder, and Project 13, who were a lot of fun. You'll have to check them out. Plus DJs, Mark Griff and Cy Elliott.
Oh, let's go to It's surprisingly heavy, isn't it? Let's go for it. So Saturday on the outdoor stage, we have Danny Clement, the Cloughton Rat Pack.
Cloughton.
The Cloughton Rat... Scorby. Scorby is pronounced
Scorby.
Scorby. There's no L in Scorby. And this is
Cloughton. Not
Cloughton.
Brian Clough. Cloughton.
The Cloughton Rat Pack. Mally Jackson. Now, this is another one.
I'm not sure on this one.
We're going to go for it. The Bondurants.
Bondurants, yeah.
I hope that's right.
Apologies if not.
Friday Street, Chicago Joe and the Soul Divas, Gunbox, Guns and Yorkshire Roses, and then on the Saturday marquee stage, opening up with Jack Robertson, Doghouse, Reverie, Deep Sea Daggers, Fitz, Gypsy, the Soul of Fleetwood Mac, Cry, and Accidentally Acoustic.
And as if all of that wasn't enough, we've got the chilled out Sunday to finish off the festival with Mr. Jim, Emily Gaskell, Mark Stanley, and Rockman and Ward. We did it.
We did it.
Oh, now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
That's the bit I was most worried about this evening. I'm glad we've done that bit. Katie Spencer has announced a homecoming gig at Hull's Polar Bear. Shout out Polar Bear. That's on the 19th of October to launch her new album, What Is Love. It's a way off, but tickets will fly off, so make sure you get those in. Support comes from Marnie Glum, who you can also catch at Humber Street Sesh. Trinity Live has original music every Thursday at Trinity Market in Hull. That's kicked off again for the summer. I love that event. I love it so much. I will be seeing lots of you in Hull at Trinity Live, and I will shout at you if you're not there, because it's free and you can get so much good food. Yeah. It's great company. The vibes are just immaculate every week. Jack Robertson has announced a headline show at York's Fulford Arms on Sunday the 17th of August. It will include tracks from his debut album Danube Blues and some new unreleased material. Now this event is early. I know York's a long way. If you're watching in Scarborough, it's an early event. You can get a train home. See you there, no excuses.
Brilliant. The Scarborough Open Air Theatre season continues with The Script and Tom Walker, UB40's Ali Campbell and Bitty McLean, and Reggae Roast featuring MC Horseman, Blossoms with Inhaler and Leeds Band, Apollo Junction, Rag and Bone Man with Els Bailey and Kerr Mercer, McFly with Twin Atlantic and Devon. Any McFly fans in the room? I knew there were some. With Craig David presents his TS5 show with Patrick Nazemi, Judas Priest with Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, Texas with Rhiann Downey, Faithless with Orbital in early August, and of course Smashing Pumpkins with White Lies before Will Smith closes out the season. I know, right? I'm going to see Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Smashing Pumpkins. Amazing. I mean, one extreme to the other, really. So, ScarboroughOpenAirTheatre.com for tickets. Bridlington Pride has an event on July the 5th. Again, this busy day, July 5th, everything is happening. The Pride Parade starts at 11:30am from Belvedere Parade Park and Ride before a full day of entertainment at Bridlington Spa from 12:30. It's free entry, there is a food bank drop-off collection, and there are loads of great performers and musicians across the day. So head to Bridlington Spa's website or the Bridlington Pride Facebook page for further details.
Alistair James has another concert coming up on Sunday the 20th of July at Foxhole Community Hall. Go to alistairjames.com to get your tickets for that one. There's lots coming up this month for all the folk lovers. We're being absolutely spoiled. So the Great North Folk Festival takes place in Botton Village on the 11th to the 13th of July. Visit greatnorthfolk.com and see what's going on, including the Blow-ins who we had on the last podcast. Yeah. Oh, they were absolutely lovely. They were so sweet. Oh, they were so sweet. Katie Spencer will also be there, Beth Burrows, Basin Taylor, and much more, including some fascinating workshops. Saltburn Folk Festival is coming up on the 8th to the 10th of August. Full details are coming soon, but check out saltburnfolkfestival.com to see all the ticketed and free events, sing-arounds, workshops, dance and special sessions. Oh, that's mysterious. Right, I like that. What's going on here? Scarborough Extreme is a Scarborough Fair event taking place from the 12th to the 14th of July, and there will be music on the Saturday showcase day provided by Sound of Scarborough. Find them on Marine Drive near the Oasis Cafe, and the big statue of Fred. Is that the wooden guy on the...
He's metal, but yeah, the big guy on the bench.
The guy on the bench.
Big old Fred, yeah.
You know where I mean. The lineup consists of Mondegreen, Socket, Reverie. God, they're busy.
They're getting everywhere, aren't they? You come on this show, you get everywhere, honestly.
St. Jude and the Hopeless Causes, and Hexed.
Hex.
It's Hexed, right?
I think so. Hexd.
Hexd, Hexed.
A new youth open mic has launched at the Merchant on the last Wednesday of every month. Charlie on the sofa, are you going to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's targeted at students, so probably 16 to 23. Under 18s do need adult supervision. Starts at 7 p.m. and there is PA, drum kit, bass, guitar or worship band provided.
Fantastic. So keep an eye on Yorkshire Coast gigs. We'll share reminders for when those are on. Charlie's the man running it with a little bit of help from your friends. I know Emily was there at the first one, weren't you? So yeah, so keep an eye out for that. We've got to get more spaces for the young people to be playing around this area. Charlie can also tell us a little bit about a gig that is a long way off, but coming up for the Cloughton Rat Pack. Tell us about that one too, Charlie.
Yeah, New Year's Eve at the Spa in the Grand Hall. I believe all the VIP tickets have sold out, but there are general sale, I think £35 from the Spa website. Doors are at 7, music starts at 7:30, event finishes at 1, I think.
Ooh.
It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, it's late.
But you're playing, aren't you, Charlie? You're playing. Excellent. Thank you. You can relax now. He's like, thank goodness. There's a few other gigs a little bit further down the line that we want to flag up now, such as Bridstock. Alice in Funderland are involved in putting that together, and it's a real rock fest at Bridlington's Black Lion taking place in October. So go search Bridstock or follow Alice in Thunderland on socials. Also, the Crescent Lounge, our wonderful sponsor, have some special events in October when they welcome the Bez in conversation on Thursday the 9th and Martin McAloon of Prefab Sprout on Saturday the 25th. So check the Crescent Lounge Scarborough for tickets and more details. Another one you don't want to miss at the Queen's Bridlington in July is Bird Dentist, plus Beth Pilling. I'm just going to Beth Killing.
Because I'm going to kill her.
She's going to kill it. Beth Pilling and Sam Mackay. Let's not forget lovely Sam Mackay.
Oh, he's brilliant.
That is 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. outdoors. Get down for some music and sunshine. It's lovely there in the outdoors, isn't it? It looks gorgeous. Beth's also appearing live at the Queen's Fest on August 30th. And that is with the full band, the Bootleggers, isn't it? Do you want to tell us a little bit about who else is on that awesome lineup?
Of course. So we've got headlined by Oliver Pinder, which I'm so excited about. I always go on about him, but he's just brilliant. Do you remember when he came to Polar Bear, Dan? And he did, oh God, I was sobbing my heart out. I brought George, guitarist George. I was like, come to this gig, it's going to be so much fun. And I just stood next to him sobbing the whole night because it was, honestly, it was just absolutely sensational. So Oliver Pinder is our headliner of that evening. Beside me and the boys, there's also going to be Follow Deep, Bleach, Cherry Fuzz Club, Restless Youth, Edge of 13, Reverie, Don't Fret the Poet, January Jam, Tamisha, and sitting not too far away, Lights Out. Oh, it's going to be so good. What a lineup. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. The Whitby Brewery will be hosting the Made in Whitby Summer Festival on Thursday the 3rd of July and Friday the 4th of July this year. The festival will feature a variety of local artisans, creators and makers from the Made in Whitby community, showcasing their unique products. While the specific music lineup isn't detailed yet, check Made in Whitby and Whitby Brewery socials nearer the time for all of the updates. Wooltop Brewery have Big Sky Beer Festival in Humber on Friday the 18th of July 25, 5 to 11 p.m, Saturday the 19th of July, 12 to 11 p.m. We understand it is sold out, but it's always worth keeping an eye out. You never know what's going to pop up, so keep an eye out for that one. Finally, in new releases, as well as the Northern Riots releasing Seaside Lover on the 4th of July, Nick Tudor will launch I Just Can't Decide for Myself on the 11th of July. If you've got new music coming out in August, drop us a message. We want to plug you. We want everyone to know about all of the great stuff that happens in Yorkshire. We'll make sure that you get a shout out on the next podcast and get on our little Spotify playlist as well. I'm so excited about the Spotify playlist. We just want to show you lots of love, so give us the goods. Oh yeah, just a reminder, events can change, so make sure you check the websites, check out the Instagrams of if there's any events that you're interested in. Just make sure that they are going ahead the way that we hope they do. And before we welcome our final guest, Different State, we've got a video for you. Now this is weird. So This is Chris is chuckling. So like, I hate talking about my own projects. It feels weird. But this is a music video for a song that I wrote called Spinning. I hope you like it. And then after that, we're going to get different state. Sat over here for a lovely chat. Woo! This is Spinning. Let's go. You go.
Welcome to
You don't like yeah. I can tell it's not zoomed in. It is a camcorder.
Let me start right from the beginning. I was feeling slightly unstable, unhinged. I didn't know where to begin. What's your name? What's your sign? I should have known, 'cause he's a Scorpio. About 1,000,001 times I said we were not compatible. I've been spinning, and wouldn't you like to come with me? Come on down to my city where nobody else can see. He said I won't touch you unless you say you want me to. Lie on my bed underneath you where nobody else can see. Hey. Well, this hardly is the first time that I've met my match with insignificant stick-man men with nobody to hold their hand. What's your game? I'm on your side, and I swear that I'll behave myself. He said you're no fun, pushed me aside, and said I should have another one. I've been spinning, and wouldn't you like to come with me? Come on down to my city where nobody else can see. He said I won't touch you unless you say you want me to. Lie on my bed underneath you where nobody else can see. They say that I should count my lucky stars, that I won't remember the way they break my heart. I find it so hard to forget all the things I regret. Well, this ain't one of the men pretend to be your friend. Girl, get out before the good times end. It's not a unique situation to find yourself in, but hope it's a situation that you never find yourself in. I've been spinning, and wouldn't you like to come with me? Come on down to my city where nobody else can see. He said I won't touch you unless you say you want me to. Lie on my bed underneath you where nobody else can see. I've been spinning, and wouldn't you like to come with me? Come on down to my city where nobody else can see. He said
Artist Chat.
Now we're going to welcome Different State, or at least 2/3 of them. We're sending big love, first of all, to Ted, who's poorly tonight and couldn't join us. Big love to Ted.
Big love to Ted. Sorry, Ted, we missed you.
We do. But
It's not the same.
we have
It's not
got
the same.
Sam Womack and Lucas Pettit here with us on the couch. Before we actually get into chatting to you, we are going to play a little short video that you sent us that probably tells us quite a bit about you. Yeah, let's go for that.
I'm wide awake, lives inside. You keep me up all day and night. Nothing can straight when you're around. Keeping me up all day and night.
Fantastic. So for people who might be thinking, well, I've seen your faces before, you did kind of emerge from Hunter-Gatherer, didn't you?
We did, yeah. And over time, still all great friends, but life just happens, and we ended up getting
The original
used to-
members disbanded, basically. They weren't
And then-
cool enough for you, Sam.
Another fat call. But then, after a few months of playing, it felt right to just rename and just start again. And the
Rebrand.
songwriting's naturally changed as well.
It was a different writing route. It was a different feel of music. It was completely different to Hunter-Gatherer. More me and you and Ted rather than what you and Fom members. Shout out to Christian Ward and Brombury, by the way. We still love you, but he's ours now.
And the name came from one of your songs?
Yes. I wrote it a long time ago, actually, when we were still Hunter-Gatherer. And we knew we decided to change the name, and we were going through a massive list of different names.
Yeah, it's the hardest. It's literally the hardest
And
thing
then
in the world
we were
to name
coming-
a band.
yeah,
You did
we're
it
on
right.
our-
Beth Pilling on the Bootleggers. Easy. And it
Shove it
works.
on end.
It was literally, it was on the way back from Newcastle, having recorded the song Different State, which is now called Never Grow. Where I just looked at Chris and I was like, to Chris, to Lucas. And I just went, Different State.
And I was
we were
like, different state, because we are in a different state, and the Americans will think we're talking about states, but it's not about them. It's about us being in a different state. That's basically where it came from, yeah. We did suggest Big Red Tractor, and our recording engineer absolutely loved the idea of Big Red Tractor and was like, I was only joking. So we didn't, he's still actually really annoyed at us.
But there's some copyright.
Oh, there was some copyright
something.
issues.
Yeah.
And I thought, we're too Yorkshire to call it Big Red Tractor because everyone will think we're being serious when we're not. So, yeah, we landed on Different State after quite a few name suggestions and quite a few months, wasn't it? We've thought about it for months because we had a lot of time between Hunter-Gatherer and Different State to plan everything. We took months to plan it. I think it'd be about 3 months to plan everything because we had a couple of songs recorded, ready for release, but we didn't want to release them under the old geezer. Guys, yeah. So we took our time, rebranded, and then started releasing music under Different State in, I think it was the 16th of November last year, released our first
that
song.
was the official. And we got my girlfriend to design a logo as well.
She does all the art.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
And she's been awesome.
Plug her, shout out to.
Yeah.
To Jane Isabel Art.
There we go.
She's got a website and she's on Instagram. And yeah, she's been very supportive.
Yeah, it's all in-house.
It is.
It's all in-house, basically. It's quite a natural thing. I mean, I think she might be getting annoyed that she's not getting paid for it now, but she still does it's not showing in her artwork so far.
And I last caught up with you at the Brid on the Map launch, where you were the first band for the first event.
yeah.
Tell us how that was for you.
It was great.
It was great.
Absolutely great. Yeah, it's. I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, going into a new venue, but they've really pushed some money into it and thought about what they're doing, and they made it really good. Yeah, it was.
And it was full as well.
It was full. Yeah, I couldn't believe how full it was. It was
before I was
sweaty.
Yeah.
No, it was a great night. We always love coming to Brid, whether it be Queens, whether it be Black Lion, whether it be now Stirling Castle. So you always see friendly faces in Brid. There's not a show we go to there, and there's not the familiar faces in the crowd. So it's a comfortable environment, really, and it's still in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
We like to keep it Yorkshire.
Yeah. Got on brand.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And tell us a bit about your Fulford Arms gig a couple of weeks ago. You were co-headliners.
We were, yeah, with our friends.
1080 Trees.
Shout out to 1080 Trees, yeah. Geordie Brothers, and also another three-piece They are electric. Go check them out if you've got a chance.
Nice line in dungarees, I noticed.
Yeah, turquoise dungarees. The turquoise dungaree wearing.
It gets very hot and sweaty for them.
Yeah, he does.
Well, for the whole audience.
They also record at the same place. We actually met them through the studio record up in Newcastle, in Hat Studios with George Collings with a G. Great people. Met a lot of people through him and just generally being in Newcastle. We went there once and just developed, like coming here tonight, we've never been here before. You walk in here, you feel comfortable, you've developed a relationship. It's the same kind of thing when you're working with somebody and you want to produce and do what you want. He squeezes the best out of us. Like, we'll take a track to him and he's like, nah, it's not finished that, mate. It's not finished that. And he'll pick it apart and he's right. And it's really annoying because he is right, because that's what he gets paid to do. He's a producer, and you've got to take those lessons on from people who do it every day, because we're not professional musicians, as much as we like to think we are. One day we might be, but we still have jobs and have to pay the bills. Profession means you don't have to go to work.
Oh, well, I'm not there either.
Exactly. We may be professional in the way we conduct ourselves, but until it pays the bills, you're not a professional, are you?
Oh, come on now. Of course you are.
Well, where's the money?
Where's
Where's the money?
Oh, dear. So you've just released your latest track, Day and Night.
We have, which is that feels strange saying that, because this is actually
it was the first song we
ever
recorded with
when Ted
George.
joined the band. So this song's been recorded since 2023.
Yes, it was.
2023 we recorded this. So although it's our fifth release,
track.
it was the first track that we ever recorded.
Yeah.
Then that was,
and we've kind of used that as like a little seal of the envelope as a 5-track EP. And since the 5 songs that we've released, I feel like our songwriting has developed.
yeah, it's a learning curve, isn't it? Every song you write, you just want to do a little bit better than the last one and feel more happy with what you've done, and it's a process.
Yeah.
So we've got another 3 recorded, ready for release. Slowly, be the end of the year till you get all those 3. To be honest, it'll be a while, but every song that we record, we feel more content with it, don't we?
We do, yeah.
It's got a different feel to what we've released so far, but
a little bit heavier. More going on.
More going on, but in a lesser way. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. Basically, it's 4 to the floor. Like, everyone likes 4 to the floor, don't they? It just keeps people. Yeah, exactly. You ask any musician, you keep those drum beats simple, and it makes people move, and it makes people nod their head, doesn't it? That's what we feel like achieving with these new songs.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about these new songs? Are we allowed to know anything, or do we have to go follow you on Instagram?
I'll let Sam take the lead on this, because I've got a blabber mouth, so I don't want to
say
say too much. I'll get in trouble.
Well, I don't know. Well, your father kind of said, hit the nail on the head, really. The songs have been flowing out quite smoothly and quickly lately,
like
because we're kind of writing about our lives, really.
All about
I actually
trauma.
started writing lyrics about the electric meter going off, and I don't think that one's going to go anywhere. I think I've stopped.
Sat there in the dark with his guitar. Really sad. Jane, where are you?
But yeah, it feels like hopefully the lyrics will resonate with a lot of people, because it's just generally
the lyrics on
stuff
the new
that happens
songs
in your
definitely
life.
feel more relatable to.
Well, exaggerate a few things here and there, but
they're
it's
fun.
just
Put it
really
that
good.
way. That's what
It's
I'd like
all
to
good
say.
fun.
They're all fun
Yeah.
songs, and we're proud of them. We can't wait to get them out there, but also we don't want to get them out too fast, because then we'll run out of things to release. And,
Smart. Very smart. I like
Slow.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to release it tomorrow. No, just give it 8 weeks.
Give
Give it 8 weeks.
This is just it. It's when you finish a song and you're like, I want to get it out right now. It's like, well, sit on it. Like you've just sat on a song for what?
2 years, 2.5 years, yeah.
I bet it's good to
been a
release
while.
it.
It is, but then at the same time, because we've been writing and recording new songs, it also feels very old and dated to us now, which is also the other side of the coin. It's like, yeah, it's great to sit on it, but now it just feels old to us.
Yeah.
Well, obviously to your ears, it's brand new, and then you get the feedback off people like, that song's great, and it's like, oh well, I've kind of got a feel about it in the way that you are saying to me, because you're excited about it, so I've kind of now got to get excited about it again, because that's the vibe we're getting off you.
Weird,
It's strange, yeah. It's like, I guess novelists hate the best book. You know, it's one of those things you always criticise yourself harder than anyone else criticises you.
You should be the lyricist. You're very Dave, isn't it?
I can't sing though. I would be if I could, Sam. I can't play guitar. I can't sing. But it's
and it's quite fun debunking all the meaning with trying to think of daft social media ideas to push it as well, which we've not put a lot out there. Well, I think we're slacking a little bit, but
Again,
we're trying to.
His own hardest
build-
critic, because he puts. I don't do anything. He does all the work himself. He sits there.
But we could
Poor
do
guy, he hasn't
more.
even got a laptop. He just sits there on his iPhone trying to get the minute meter to line up with the beat like this. He was doing it all the way here for that little video you just saw. By the way, he's like, I'm gonna get this right. Bless it.
Oh,
It's cute to watch though, to be honest. Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm turning the music up a little bit. He's like, nope, turn it down. And he's like, yeah, there you go. It's hilarious to watch. Some car journeys where you go and you just sit there in silence. And he's like, I'm sorry. I should be talking.
It's intense for you, innit?
No, it's not intense at all. I don't feel the intensity, Sam. Don't worry about it.
oh. So we've done a few gigs together.
Yes, we have played our launch show.
Our very first
our
gig.
very first.
Was that
Fulford Arms.
November or December?
That was December.
1st of December.
1st of December.
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah.
What a brilliant night
That was a brilliant night.
That was
yeah,
our first time playing in York.
Yeah, full time.
wasn't
Fulford
it?
Arms.
I'm glad it was with you.
Yeah, we're happy to have you there. It was a brilliant night. We got a lot of good feedback about that show. And was it a Sunday night as well? I think it was a Sunday night.
Yes, it was. It was their only free night that they had.
First of the month. It's always a hard pull. Is a Sunday night. Yeah, and it was a really.
We expected a few people to peter off before our set, but everyone's stuck.
Everyone's stuck. Yeah,
it was great.
And
yeah,
it was good
as well.
Hey, come on now.
come on.
The whole night, the energy was just like, woo.
Yeah, it was. There was a buzz about the place, wasn't
There
there?
was. So what's like your maddest gig you've done so far? Because you have so much energy
it's
on
got to be the
stage.
Scots.
Is it?
It's got to be Scott. It's got to be the Scottish.
Do tell.
Oh, that was the best gig. It was up in Dunfermline.
I can't tell much. It's a family show.
Careful. Careful.
It just, you know the Scottish. If anyone knows the Scottish, you know the Scottish are the Scottish. It just. It ended about 3 a.m. with a bottle of Jack Daniels.
It was later for me. But yeah, that was with a band called Rubeface. Shout out to Rubeface.
Yeah.
From Dunfermline, Scotland.
Another amazing band.
They've got
hardcore punk, I would say.
Energetic.
Angry
grunge.
Scottish. Like really angry. My mum never looked after me. I'm going to write about it Scottish. And the way that it records, like the drummer does all the recording and it's all to tape and it's just good. It's just really, really good music.
Yeah.
And angry in the best kind of way.
Yeah.
Without screaming about it, they're angry about it. And I like, for me, music, it's not all roses, is it? And you can feel it in their music. Like, and that was probably the maddest. Again,
the audience that they supplied for us gave us our first ever
Scottish experience.
Circle.
There's only about 30 people at that show, but it felt like there was 300. It was this tiny room above this tiny little pub in the middle of Dunfermline, and the in-house PA system must have been from the 70s. It didn't sound great. The drum kit didn't feel great. Everything it was a recipe to not be good. But then the second it started, it was just... It was the second the first band started, everyone just got on board and everyone in that room was there for one purpose, weren't they?
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah, that's probably the maddest.
Yeah. Sounds brilliant.
I'm glad Ted was driving home.
Afterwards. Where can we catch you in the future? What gigs have we got coming up?
Well, tomorrow will have happened by the time this is aired up in Little Buildings, Newcastle, but we've got...
Little Buildings, Newcastle tomorrow. Next Friday, which is the 4th of July, we've got Record Junkie in Sheffield with a band who have asked us to play called Jumpers and Collars. Shout out to them too. The following Saturday, I'll do this because it's in my head. The following Saturday, we're actually playing our local pub, which is round the corner from mine and Sam's house, because we need to pay for things and landlords pay money. So we're going to play our own songs and play a few covers. So the Rose on the Rose in Pickering on the 5th of July. Again, the 5th of July. That seems to be
a
busy day. Everything's happening. And then after that, we've got Brid on the Map. No, not Brid on the Map. Queen's 22nd of July. Outside with Shindig.
Yeah.
Should know.
It's around about then.
I think it's the 22nd July. Yeah. We're playing with Shindig at Queen's. And I don't think...
There's Fully Fest.
Oh, Fully Fest.
That's
Fully Fest, yeah. For Fulford Arms
it?
run their own festival once a year, and we've been invited to play that this year, which is really good of them. And I believe that is the 28th No, I believe it's the 31st of August, 2 days after my birthday. That's an all-day festival. I'll say all-day festival. Nobody in the music industry works all day. 3 p.m. start, and I think it runs till like 11 o'clock at night, something like that. But yeah, it should be a good one. There's a lot of great. I think all the bands at the Fully Fest hail from York. I think it's one of those days. It's a York festival for York bands are close to York, so that'll be a great festival, won't it? And apart from that, I don't think
we're quite fairly quiet at the minute because you're a new daddy.
Yeah, I'm a new daddy, so we're taking we're not. Last year we gigged a lot, didn't we?
Yeah,
a lot. But this year we've kind of taken it on the back step a little bit.
That's still a lot of gigs though, and you did really well to remember them all.
Can't say my partner's happy.
Oh gosh.
But it'll be okay. I'll be one soon.
So are there any festivals you'd be interested in playing in future years?
All of them.
All. My favourite answer.
All of them. Yeah, the Humber Street Sesh should be a really good one to get onto, by the way. Or just festival season's the best, isn't it? We don't have any festivals this year, do we? We did Staxton. We played Staxtonbury last year, didn't we?
We had a great time at Staxtonbury.
Obviously, download. That'd be great.
There's loads of when you start looking. There's loads of festivals that I didn't even realise existed, and so it's just trying to backlog bands who are kind of in our genre and see what festivals they've just played. It's all aiming on next year. Just firing out the emails.
Just basically somewhere outside in the field with a big stage, some big lights and a big sound system would be great.
What more could you ask for?
Nothing.
It's just brilliant.
It is. It's good. As much as I like a sweaty venue where you stick to the floor, it is nice. We get these 2 months in the year to be able to do it outside.
Yeah.
To clear the lungs.
To be able to breathe fresh air. Yeah. It'd be just anywhere.
Yeah.
We're open to playing anywhere. We'll never turn our nose up at a gig. Every gig's a new experience, isn't it?
Reach out.
Sure every gig.
Get them booked.
Reach out and get them booked.
Get them booked.
You heard Beth.
You gotta do it. But thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you. It's nice to meet everyone as well, by the way. Thank you.
Would you like to play a song?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
We've got a little setup over here.
I know, but it's very small.
How convenient.
Where did that come from?
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to play Day and Night, which is our latest thing.
Day and Night. Oh, very exciting. So there's normally 3 of you, but there's only 2 of you tonight, isn't there?
Yeah.
Normally have
electric.
Tribute to Ted tonight.
Yeah, tribute to Ted.
Tribute to Ted. Feel better soon, Ted.
Really?
Whenever you are, Tom.
I'm wide awake, losing sight. You keep me up all day and night. No moon on this night, reason without a guide. I see morning lights. Hush now, let's sleep tight. Here through the door, wasted bird songs that don't last long. I'm wide awake, losing sight. You keep me up all day and night. And I think it's straight when you're around, keeping me up all day and night. Can we break even? You and I, my little demon. If you didn't, a knock on the wall, I need a breather. Here through the door, wasted bird songs that don't last long. Open the door to a silent street on repeat. I'm wide awake, losing sight. You keep me up all day and night. Nothing is straight when you're around, keeping me up all day and night. Day and night, day and night. This is making me feel insecure. This is making me feel insecure. I'm wide awake, losing sight. You keep me up all day and night. Nothing is straight when you're around, keeping me up all day, up all night.
Oh, thank you. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Come join us over here. Come. Really discreetly.
Really hard not to hit drums hard.
Well, it sounded beautiful.
Just there.
Watch the microphone.
Squeeze in.
Right in the middle. Hi,
Oh,
girls.
splendid. Yeah. Are we all here? All happy, all comfortable?
All happy and uncomfortable.
We're at the end.
Went really quickly.
It went really quickly. Are we on the wide one? That one there. Hello. Hello, Adam. Oh, we're on. Oh, yeah. Spoiled for choice. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of our guests this evening. We've had Dan Mawer. We've had Emily Gaskell, who you might remember earlier. We mentioned a CD. You've got one.
Here it is. Oh, that one.
Where can people get this?
Well, we're selling them, or if you just contact us online or on Instagram, just on Lights Out, we can get you one.
Absolutely splendid. We've also had Hannah Davies. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. And Sam and Lucas from different states.
Sorry, Ted.
Oh, I hope you feel better, Ted.
Got the links in second verse now, sorry, Ted.
Oh dear. And one last massive thank you to our sponsors, the Crescent Lounge in Scarborough, Your 360 Virtual Tours, Charlotte Middleton, The Curious Creative, and Proper Yorkshire Beer.
Just a reminder that anyone who is thinking that they would like to join as a sponsor of the show, please get in touch with either myself or Kath. We are open to lots of collaborative ideas, so just throw them at us and we'll see what we can do. Do please share the show. Tell people about it. Tell us what you thought of it, either by email or in the comments section. And get in touch with Kath in particular if there's any music news via the Yorkshire Coast Yorkshire Coast Gigs social channels, or by emailing her at info@yorkshirecoastgigs.co.uk. Remember to check with artists and venues' own websites and socials for any changes to the events that we've been mentioning today, and we'll make sure that there are a lot of descriptions in the information section on the show. But please do Google anyone not listed that you've heard and check them out, and check out all the plugs, especially that you guys, all the people you were plugging, because they sounded really, really cool. And I'm going to go home and rewatch this and do exactly that. Currently, if you're listening on Mixcloud, do go check out the YouTube. And if you're listening on YouTube, go and re-listen on Mixcloud. That will really help.
Mixcloud, everybody.
Yeah, Mixcloud, YouTube, just do both of those things. And if you've made it this far in the show, we just want to thank you very, very much. We love you and we think you're amazing.
And finally, we just want to thank all the crew and team involved from both Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios. We've got Beth and Christina out here, behind the scenes, Chris, Adam, Charlie and Simon. We've also had extra guests, Charlie, example, and not forgetting work placements, Vinny and Oscar. Thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of North Sea Soundcheck, the music show for the Yorkshire Coast. Bye for now.
Bye!
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios.